Hello everyone, welcome. So I know during yesterday's video I kept saying today we're gonna go do something, today we're gonna do something, today we're gonna do something, and that day I did do something, which is actually today, which is the same day as that video. But I figured since this is like out and about and touristy stuff, I might as well do it in a new video. So before we get to that, let's just talk about this wallpaper. I know this wallpaper seems very cool, and I think I even said that it looks very cool, but I also think it's very weird. Do these people know that their picture is on my wall or that they are on this curtain? Do they know that? I think it's slightly weird. I've been like, do I know anybody? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully talk to Kenny and Kensley here in a moment, and then I am going to be heading out on an adventure. We're gonna take the metro, we're gonna head down into like the monument center of DC. I'm not sure if that's considered downtown or not, but that's where we're going. So I hope you guys enjoy the journey. So I've made it to the metro. Sorry if you can't hear me very well, but we are currently at Roslyn, and I'm gonna travel all the way to the Smithsonian so that I can show you just some of the amazing things that DC has to offer. Enjoy. It's very small, but that's our capital. Over here we have the Washington Monument. On the other side of this here Washington Monument is Abraham Lincoln's monument. So what I'm actually thinking, I wasn't planning on walking over here, but since it looks so little to you guys, I think I'm gonna walk on over there. So we're gonna head to the Capitol, and then we're gonna head over to the monument. At some point, I believe the lighting might get bad because it's cloudy around here suddenly. It like knew that I was coming out to show you guys how amazing it is. Anyway, let's head on over to the Capitol, and then we will head that way, and I will show you some absolutely amazing things. Let's chat here for a moment. I just took you guys on the metro. Now, I went to school in New York City, which is vastly different than Washington, but the Washington metro is very nice, very clean, a little bit more expensive than New York, but I think it does close at like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock, I don't really know, but it doesn't stay open 24 hours a day, probably why they can keep it pretty clean. So that is one way to get around these here parts. You can walk almost anywhere. It's like if you're a walker and you're like 5 miles is nothing, then you can definitely walk everywheres. DC also has scooters. If you're lucky, we'll get on one of those. We also have bikes everywhere. Lyfts and Ubers are like the newest thing around here, or at least I've never seen as many as I see now. I think even like a year ago when I was here, it was not this ridiculously full of Lyfts and Ubers. And then they have just general taxis. So you pretty much have a slew of options, all relatively good priced to get where you want to go in DC. And then you kind of just pick a spot. Oh, the one other thing is when you're actually kind of in this area, a little bit in Arlington, they have what they call, I think they're called the circular buses. Really, really cheap, but they're kind of like you hop on, they bring you right to specific monuments, and then you can hop off. Monuments that are not really right here, that are typically monuments that people want to see. Those are the FDR Memorial. That's like a little bit over there. So the circulars are great to just hop on, get a ride over there, see see those monuments and then hop on and get back to something exciting. Definitely, transportation is not an issue around here. They want you to come. We are getting closer, or I'm getting closer to, I'm just gonna go all the way. I actually have not been close to the Capitol this is my 4th time to DC, my 3rd time in about a year, and I've never walked all the way over to the Capitol. So let's go. So I've definitely gotten closer. You can actually walk further, closer, but I've decided not to because I just want to make sure that I get to show you what I can show you while it's still slightly light out. So our Capitol is on one end of the mall. There's 2 sides to said Capitol. I think the flags mean something. It's all very historical. I'll be sure to put a link down in the description because I did not come prepared to give you a history lesson today. So this is where we're heading. The Washington Monument. I mean, we're gonna chat about a couple things, but that's where we're gonna head this time. So, enjoy. I'm starting to head back towards the Washington Monument, but I've decided to come like a little bit, we were walking like over there, decided to come a little bit more towards the road, the street that I just showed you. The buildings on it are from the Smithsonian. I have no idea how many Smithsonian museums are here, but there are quite a few of them along the mall. They are free. They're open till 5:30, so sadly we are not going to be able to go in today, but you could spend days, months, years, you could spend a whole lot of time just exploring these museums. Like there's the Air and Space Museum, which was actually on the other side. One of these is probably the Natural History Museum, one's probably the American History Museum. There's a Holocaust Museum somewhere. There's an American Indian Museum, I believe. I think there might even be like a Black History Museum now. There's just so much. Air and Space, I highly suggest if you have kids, just because who doesn't love seeing planes? It's sad that they're closed, but they do close at 5:30. The circular I was telling you about earlier, I think you can like get on it and kind of hop around to the different museums. Some of them are not actually right around the mall, so you do kind of have to walk to them or get a ride to them, whatever you see fit. Did I tell you that I brought a water bottle? A water bottle full of wine? Did I tell you that? Well, it's full of wine. So I'm just leisurely walking today. I'm just gonna continue walking. I'm gonna get on down to the Washington Monument, and then I'll be sure to show you around. I might take some sips of my water, and I'll see you guys soon. Coming up here to the Washington Monument. I do have to cross a road to actually get over to it and continue on our walk, but it kind of looks like there's some major construction happening at like the base of the monument, so I'm not actually sure if we're going to be able to get close enough to like touch it, but we'll see what we can do. So I just wanted to kind of give you, definitely see it here. Can you guys see how about right here the monument changes color, so light, dark? I used to know the like exact history on it, and if you take one to like the hop on hop off tours or any of the tours that they have around here, they'll actually tell you why. I'm not sure if like we ran out of money and stopped production for a little while and then started again at a new quarry or what happened, but there definitely was stages, so it stopped at some point and they got I don't know what it's made out of, granite from a different quarry. So there's the Washington Monument, and I can actually see from here there are gates blocking us from the monument. I don't think I'm gonna jump it today. Maybe tomorrow. All right, guys, I will see you guys in just a moment. technically, I mean, I could jump this thing and go up to the gate, to the fence that's up there. I feel that might be a questionable decision, so I'm not gonna do it. This is as close we can get to the Washington Monument. Here you can really see like the color change. It's about right. Whatever, you could see it. You know me and pointing with this thing. So it's the Washington Monument. I really wish I could get you guys closer, and it's just not possible. So pretty. So I am now going to be walking not completely around. I guess I could walk completely around, but technically I'm just walking halfway around the Washington Monument, and that's going to get me to the other side. Little did you know, walking around something got you to the other side. I'm gonna walk around, and on the other side is the Lincoln Memorial. I know. Vietnam Memorial, Korea War Memorial, and I think there might be, is the World War II one over there? We're gonna see probably like at least 5 more. At least 5 more. That's what I love about the mall. You literally get here, and then you get 100 years of history in about 4 seconds. Or in about 4 miles, I guess, is the real statement of the moment. So I kind of lied last time about how close I could get. I'm actually closer now. And up next we have the World War II Memorial. I was like, where am I? Construction happening all over the place. There's usually a fountain in the middle here, which is not currently on, but it's a beautiful monument. I'm gonna bring you on in. So we're gonna just kind of take a gander. I love this monument. It's absolutely amazing. World War II. I can't say I love World War II, but I think that time period and that generation did so much for women and who I am today. I think the wine is talking, but I'm fascinated with this time period, so this is just one of my favorite monuments. So let's go take a look. I honestly did not know this was here, but look, it says women who stepped up were measured as citizens of the nation, not as women. This was a people's war and everyone was in it. Like, this is what I mean. Women entered the workforce because of this war. Yeah, it happened due to a war, but that's pretty freaking amazing. So let's continue on into the monument. We're gonna see if we can find Vermont. I think we can do it. Oh, this also says they have given their sons to the military service. They have stoked the furnaces and hurried the factory wheels. They have made the planes and welded the tanks, riveted the ships and rolled the shells. I'm happy to be a woman. I'm happy. We made sure that the world kept going when this crazy, ridiculous war was going on. That didn't need to happen. Let me just have a little drink here. Alright guys, I did find Vermont. Vermont was on... Oops. Hey guys, so I did find Vermont. Stars out here are actually, I'm assuming, one for everyone who died, because the sign here says here we mark the price of freedom. So I couldn't imagine it being anything else, but it doesn't seem like enough. I hope that's it. That would be amazing. But I just, look at how beautiful. I'm not sure what we'll see next. I know that the Vietnam Memorial is over here, so that might be our next one. I think we'll hold off on Mr. Lincoln until after we get any memorials before Lincoln done. Isn't that smart? I think that's smart. Wow. It's not like all right, guys. Oh, there are just lots of tour groups here. At least since they're tour groups, I know they probably are not going to give me the finger. Hey, so I am currently at the reflecting pool. As you can see, the World War II monuments behind me, the Washington monuments behind me, the Capitol is like beyond the Washington monument. And now if you turn this way, this is what they call the reflecting pool. If it was beautiful outside right now, you could see the reflection. It's a little overcast, so you're not going to see it. And then that, the pointing, that right there is the Lincoln Memorial way over there on the other side. Be sure to stick around to hear the excitement of that here memorial. We do got some ducks. So I hope you guys have loved DC so far. We're going to continue on our journey. We're going to get all the way to Mr. Abe. We're going to get to see some other stuff. I really honestly think that the next stop is the Vietnam Memorial, but you never quite know around here. The Vietnam Memorial. Now, the interesting thing about the Vietnam Memorial is if you lost somebody in the Vietnam Memorial, or Vietnam War, or you're looking for somebody specific, at the entrance here, on one side of the monument, they actually have these books where you can look for the name of the person you're looking for, and you can find exactly like on which tile of the monument their name is, and you can actually go find them. So this is an absolutely amazing monument. I think it said 1975 was when it was created. There's just lots of school groups right now, so I'm just gonna be quiet. We're heading over to Mr. Lincoln. This is basically like the view people are looking for. You can see the Capitol, you can see the Washington Monument. They're beautiful at night. We are about to go see Mr. Lincoln. Now, Mr. Lincoln and I share a birthday. Mr. Lincoln, Mr. President Lincoln, I don't know why I'm calling him Mr. It should be President Lincoln, is a bit busy at the moment, so we're not going to come back and see him, but I hope you got a good look at him. There's the Washington Monument. We're heading that way to the Korean Memorial, and let's see what other amazing, fascinating things we can find. It is getting a little late. I mean, it's not really getting late, it's just the sun goes down early, so it's about 8 o'clock. But memorials are still open, so let's go see what we can find. It's actually really pretty behind me. We are about to head into the Korean Memorial. I am actually super happy that we got to this one after dark. This has to be the creepiest memorial in the dark. Their eyes are just so like, there's just something about the faces of these statues that just makes this memorial so eerie in the dark, but it's also my favorite memorial to visit in the dark. So I'm so happy that we are here now. So let's go on in. Let's chat about this tour guide for a moment. So walking by him, he was literally talking about the creepiness of their faces when you walk through this memorial at night. So it is not just me, it is literally a thing. It's a thing that people know about. It's a thing that people experience when they come to this monument. So I found good lighting in a bathroom. That's where I am at the moment. If you happen to need a bathroom, there's one by the Vietnam Memorial. So I think that is the last, the Korean Memorial was the last memorial I'm gonna show you tonight. It's a little dark. I don't think I'm gonna travel over to like Roosevelt or FDR, which the FDR Memorial I absolutely love. It's like a walkthrough, it's amazing. Make sure you get there if you come, but I am not going to go tonight, maybe. You never know what happens. I'm gonna probably get back on the subway. Now I'm really tempted to go to FDR. We will see what happens. I'm heading out of the bathroom, back to the darkness, back to the reflecting pool, back towards the metro. I will see you guys later. Hope you thoroughly enjoyed my look at the National Mall. It is officially over. It is too dark to film outside. It's nice inside, but I'm actually think I'm gonna go get something to drink. My wine is gone, so I will see you guys tomorrow.